All right, everyone, we are here with my Eternity of Pain Week 2 fights and options. First objective here is the Symbiote Objective. I have a rank 2 6-star Symbiote Supreme. So basic game plan is just pretty much his usual gameplay, which is to slow play to SB3 using either Mystic Dispersion or the power gain from Blessings, so just giving it time. Not really too worried with a specific gameplay here due to the staggers. In a normal fight with someone who does not nullify, you're going to have to worry about those combat power buffs there, the purple ones that he's gaining. But because we're going to end up using them to our advantage, we are not worried about them. So really it's just special 3 to get all 3 blessings up, and then hopefully using special 2 to just nuke them down with bleed, armor break, and then draining power. And then never pushing them to special 2, really just wanting to focus on special 1 from him. So pretty easy with Symbiote Supreme. This is a really fast fight compared to the other 2 objectives with the options that I had available. And this is only a rank 2. But yeah, biggest thing to look out with if you're going to use Symbiote Supreme, and I know because of when this video is getting posted that there's not much time left, is not intercepting him with the special 2. The Mighty Charge, removing the debuffs, are triggering the Fury. And even though it's a stagger, removing the Fury like there, it still causes the Unstoppable. So just be mindful of that. You have to prevent the Fury from activating kind of the same way Unstoppable armor worked. The armor up has to be prevented in order for the Unstoppable to be prevented. So I kind of learned the intercept thing a little harshly, and then of course Dex and parry stuff causes me to parry when I don't want to. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let this play out. That's the gist of it, and in the next one I'll go a little more over what to focus on with combo. All right, so my controlled denial option was Claire, rank 3, unduped. Here, the game plan, I just decided to stay in bleed. There's a risk with Incinerate, especially with kind of the playstyle I wanted to play this fight with. But we'll get to that. Staying in bleed, being mindful of when he's at SB1 and not to push ourselves too far to SB3 from Mystic Dispersion. And here, when we have charges or when we have when we have buff immunity up, we want to do light attacks. But if both of those are gone and we don't have a special 2 ready, then we want to avoid those light attacks at least until, or at least once he gets to like 5 or 6 of the combat power buffs. Otherwise, you're going to start taking damage when he throws a special attack. One thing you should be noticing here is that I'm taking every opportunity when he uses a special 1 to use a heavy attack, and it's really just to keep that protection off for most of the fight. You see there, I didn't do it because the protection is down, but I want to make sure to do it before landing a special 2, and hopefully the AI plays nice and throws their special 1. And you can see, staying in bleed, we stay pretty much tapped out for health. Or topped off for health. But yeah, just being mindful here of when to throw special 2 when the protection is down, and when to bait his special 1 instead of throwing special 2 and risking pushing him to special 2. And you'll see here I do switch out. I kind of play with the idea of maybe I can kind of sneak in a couple special 2s, but what you will also see is that I run into stuff like that where I end with a medium because he's Incinerate immune, he goes unstoppable, or I'm just not paying attention. But the biggest downside to staying in Hellfire here is that I can't use that heavy attack when retaliating his special 1 to drop the protection. So I just went ahead and said, hey, I can do this fight all day. Let me go ahead and stay in bleed. And then another thing I will add is, if you are not ready to throw a special 2 and you see that detonate is about to expire, do not panic and throw a special 1. If you have the health, you can ride it out. It's got a timer, so maybe you can even ride it out to get to special 2 in time and take the healing from willpower. But doesn't come into play as large as the next fight option. So yeah, Claire here, good option. Many have used Claire. I don't have suicides here, but I think that heavy attack after the special 1 definitely sped this fight up. So suicides would have made it a lot faster. But go ahead and enjoy this option. I'll catch you guys at the next one. All right, and so my unique mutant option here, I saw Archangel work, but it's pretty RNG dependent. Plus I had a lot of issues with the Fury getting triggered and therefore the Unstoppable. So I bailed out of the Archangel attempt. And I don't have Strife or Professor X or Kitty Pryde at a 5-star and ranked up. So decided to go with Betsy here purely out of the fact that she will build prowess throughout the entire fight due to Mighty Charge. And those prowess will help with our special attack damage. So when we have the opportunity to throw the special attack, we are actually going to take off a large chunk once we get enough prowess through the fight. The other benefit as well is that even though we are not a mystic and cannot get rid of that detonate fast, she does have the energize buff from special 1, which can help us get to the next special attack really quickly if we need to get that plasma detonate off, or that detonate off. Biggest thing here is just me repeating what I was doing with Claire, except that I'm not doing any light attacks because I don't want to give him those buffs and I have no way of removing those buffs. So Claire could remove them so we could risk the light attacks from nullifying buff immunity, but we cannot do that here with Betsy. So I have to do this entire fight off of medium, and heavy attack retaliation. Now, one thing you're probably thinking is when my slow debuff gets shrugged from the Mighty Charge, why not just use the Unstoppable? Or while the slow buff debuff is there, why not just parry at that moment, because then he won't go unstoppable? Well, the downside to that is it's got to come after a medium, and most of the time the AI wants to throw a light attack, which will build his combat power buffs, and then I can't make it to the end of the fight without taking that special attack detonate damage once he gets enough of those buffs. So I actually found through practicing it that medium is actually the best way to go, and then not relying on that slow for preventing unstoppable, just cycling special 1 attacks. Now, we're going to see it at the end, but some things I want to talk about because I mentioned it with Claire. I am going to heavy attack after special 1s. That's to drop the protection. And if I get myself in a situation where I cannot get the detonate debuff off with a special attack and I have enough health, then I'm just going to slow down and let it detonate like I am now and take the hit to my health. But what I am also doing here is when I get the plasma detonate, or when I get the detonate on me for the next round, I'm not quickly throwing special 1 or a special attack to get rid of it. I'm using that time to heal up, but also to just kind of bait out special attacks and take my time using the next special. You will see a lot of heavy into special 1. That's really only going to happen if the protection is already down. Now in the first half of this fight, I actually don't pay attention to that too well. I do a lot of the heavy attacks into special 1, but halfway through the fight at about his 60% mark, I start just heavy attacking and saving the special attack for when his protection is down and I need to get rid of it. And the benefit there is that I'm really going to get the max damage out of these 2 hits. And I think it starts getting to the point where it's like if both hits crit, it's 20 plus K. So it's kind of slow. Figures that the AI, when you're in a situation like this, plays kind of cowardly and doesn't actually activate Mighty Charge when you want them to shrug those debuffs even faster. So there are going to be slow periods in this fight, but it definitely speeds up when he's at 61%. And then I get a sweet situation where I ignore the detonation because I'm not going to be able to throw a special attack without pushing him to special 2. And I actually build to my special 2 and end up finishing him with it. So sit back, enjoy, watch the gameplay. It's pretty slow. Again, benefits here are building prowess. But outside of that, it's pretty much me playing the fight a specific way to make this counter work a lot better. So enjoy. All right, so just jumping in here right before the final special attack from Betsy, which is going to end up being a special 2. It'll be after this. And there's those big hits. Hit subscribe, like, share. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. But yeah, it's been a long fight to this point. There's a heavy attack to remove the protection, but we're actually not going to get this next detonation, power detonation, off of us. And this is where I decide, hey, I have the health. Maybe I can build to special 2 here. If I were to throw special 1 here, I'd end up pushing him to special 2. So I'm just going to wait it out. I take the detonate. Here's this heavy. He's going to throw this. I'm going to build to special 2 with his next special 1. It's not here, actually. So we're getting close. And this is probably something I could have done earlier on in the fight. Is this next special 1. We throw the heavy. We're at special 2. And we're going to intercept him with special 2. And that will end it. So yeah. That's an option.